Josie was born, she was just such a perfect baby, but it became very difficult almost immediately, didn't it, with feeding and everything, really?
Yeah, she just never really fed properly and was always really unsettled, coupled with reflux and a hip dysplasia problem, and it just escalated over the months. And then when she was about 7 months old, she actually just stopped eating altogether.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. How are you?
Come on, Josie.
Sit up back. Hi, my name's Sarah, and my eldest daughter Josie has FOXG1 syndrome. FOXG1 syndrome means that she has very significant disability, both physical and intellectual. She's not able to walk or speak. She's tube fed and she suffers from seizures amongst other medical conditions. We undertook the process of genetic testing in its early stages when it was first coming online, and Josie was a baby at that stage. So there was about a day and a half, 2 days at home where she just refused anything. So I was liaising with the doctor and ended up taking her into hospital at Sydney Children's Hospital, and ended up staying in there for the better part of 2 weeks. That's when they said to me, look, it's very serious and we don't think she'll ever walk or talk, which was obviously a moment I'll never forget. Not having any other children to compare it to, I just kind of thought, oh, you know, she's got reflux or she's unsettled, and, but as you do, go to the paediatrician, and it was kind of as those months then went on with more and more doctor visits, that it became apparent that it was a lot more serious than just a bit of an unsettled baby. And I remember looking at her and just thinking, she looks like a skeleton, and she was not even on the chart with weight or height. I felt she was just wasting away. We saw a doctor, Dr. Edwin Kirk at Sydney Children's, and he explained to Scott and I that, look, nothing we've tested for so far has come up. It's obvious that she has something rare. And he said, look, because you're both young and you don't have any other children, we'd like to do further testing and test our blood, Josie's, together, and map the genome to try and work out what she has. And then eventually we got the call that she had FOXG1 syndrome. It was devastating on one hand, because immediately you Google what is FOXG1 syndrome and you see pictures of older children, because at the time she was only about 3, and you're always hoping that, somehow she'll still meet some of the milestones. On the other hand, it was wonderful, because to read the list of symptoms all of a sudden validated everything we'd been through for the past 3 years, to realise that we weren't bad parents, or we just, we didn't know what to do. It's just that she met exactly what it said she would be like.
Oh, Josie, this one's out of battery. I know, it's got no batteries. Sorry.
When Josie was diagnosed, I think at that stage there were, to the best knowledge, only less than 200 children, or maybe it was even 100 in the world with FOXG1 syndrome. And now I understand from the Research Foundation there's approximately 1,000 children who are diagnosed. I just think that the more that can be done in this area of research for diagnosis, but then also hopefully in the future treatments, just would make the world of difference.
So there is this institute in the United States that is about to open next year at Buffalo University. That is a scientific institute just dedicated to the study of FOXG1.
Yeah.
And the scientist there is hoping to develop a potential therapy, and this is based on genetic research. Even to have that kind of work going on is pretty incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely, and from what I understand, a lot of their research will translate far beyond just FOXG1 syndrome as well to a number of other rare diseases with similar traits. So I think that the work they're doing, yeah, it's incredible. I'm excited to learn more about it over the years as it develops.
If there was a treatment that could help Josie perhaps to communicate, what would that mean to you?
It's hard to not dream for the best. You know, there's a lot of talk of finding a cure, which I think is a wonderful aspiration to have. But even just the little things, like if there could be something that would help reflux for these kids, that is just a day-to-day nightmare. Something that could help seizures, that would be amazing. I temper my wishes so as not to get overexcited because I think there's still a long way to go.
Is this the bottom of the tree?